Good afternoon, my dear friends. When Jesus became man, he made sure that he blessed all the aspects and dimensions of our humanity, our time, our spaces, and most especially even our relationships. That is why even that we hold dear to us, our friendships, he blessed them and made it holy. Noon daw pong nagkatawang tao si Jesus, minarapat niyang pabanalin ang lahat ng aspeto ng ating pagkatao, lalo't higit ang ating mga ugnayan, at nariyan ang ating pagkakaibigan. Friends are so important part and parcel of our existence that if our family is a gift that we did not choose, friends are families too, given to us by chance, but we stayed with them by choice. We know that they are persons of value because we cannot but spend our time, our efforts, our treasures with them and for them. That's why even in the ministry of Jesus, in the gospel we heard today, in the fullness of his humanity, he showed us that we cannot do everything alone. And it is never meant to be like that. In our gospel narratives, many times in Jesus' ministry, every time he would need a place to rest, Jesus would also turn to his friends, his good friends at Bethany, Mary, Martha, and Lazarus. Sa tuwing sigurong nakakaramdam si Jesus ng pagod noong mga panahong iyon, minsan rin niyang kinailangan ang kalinga mula sa kanyang mga kaibigan. Perhaps back then he knew more than the external respite his friends would offer. He deemed it to show us that friends too could also offer a resting place in their hearts. More than the food and the accommodation, what is far more important are the inner thoughts we share in front of those we regard as persons of our safe spaces. Ito po yung mga kaibigan natin na atin pong itinatangi. Sila na nakakaalam kahit yung mga nasa kaibuturan ng ating puso. Kaya nga po kahit po sa paglilingkod at buhay ministeryo ni Jesus, minarapat niyang lingunin maging ang kabutihan ng kanyang mga kaibigan. But Jesus, as a true friend, is not pinning the siblings one against another. What he wanted to do in our story is he wants to teach them that as a true friend, he wants to lead them in attending to what is far more important first before allowing their actions to flow to their other concerns. It is important to stress that both Martha and Mary are hospitable enough to allow Jesus to enter their house. But it was Mary who allowed Jesus to enter her home in her heart. Pointed out, pointed out to us by Jesus himself. That is why at the latter part of the gospel, we even heard Jesus saying, Mary chose the better part, and it shall not be taken from her. It reminded me of one of my experiences as well with my friends. There was a time wherein I invited a priest friend, and all those time where he was in our midst, I attended to his needs. I made it sure that he will have a meal, an accommodation. I was going to and fro, and all of a sudden, when I glanced at him, I saw him sitting silently. And it dawned on me, I was too busy attending to his needs. But what he needed most, I failed to see. And so, I took my seat beside my friend, breathed deeply, and I told him, okay, I am here. Spill the beans now. Pwede ka nang magkwento. And then he said, finally. My dear friends, we have so many concerns, but as friends too, first things should always be first. Our relationships grow deeper not only through our external fellowships we participate into, but through the outpouring of our inner stirrings shared with our friends whom we spend time with. In our Christian life, my dear brothers and sisters, also as friends of Christ, we must see to it that even if we are making efforts to put into actions what we deem as our so-called missions from Him, our actions, our mission should flow first and foremost from being with Him, being first with Jesus. Sometimes we live in the illusion that it is our actions only that pave our salvation. Yes, they are important, but we have to learn first at the foot of our Master, our dearest friend. Like Mary, we ought to choose to be better than who we were before by listening first, by staying beside Jesus first, who is the best of our friends. True friends allow us to grow to become better versions of ourselves. And in our lives, my dear sisters and brothers, let us also invite Jesus, our very true friend. Friends lead us too in our efforts to become better, but only if our hearts are open to listen as they outpour their hearts too. My dear sisters and friends, my dear brothers, first things first. Every day, let us choose to be better as we spend time with the best. Jesus, our Master, our greatest friend.